Sagittarius, my dear. Have you ever felt that someone was slowly slipping away from you without a warning, without a goodbye? No anger, no fight, just silence. A quiet distance that feels like they were never really there. But deep down, you know something is shifting. A cycle is closing. A soul is being called somewhere else. And I want you to remember this, Sagittarius. Thursday the 13th is not a day of bad luck. It is the day when the karmic gate opens, when disappearance is no longer loss, but a sacred test of faith. Because only when something leaves can destiny finally walk in. Over the next 30 minutes, I will show you why this departure is not a punishment, but the most divine gift the universe has ever prepared for you. And how you, born under the great light of Jupiter, can turn pain into illumination and separation into freedom. Before we go further, pause for a moment, take a deep breath, and write in the comments below, "I am ready to receive the truth my soul needs to hear." This is not just a sentence, it's a vibration, a frequency that opens the door to your own destiny. Because right after this moment, I'll reveal why that person, the one your Sagittarius heart still can't forget, had to disappear on that very Thursday, the 13th. When you open your eyes that Thursday morning, Sagittarius, you may feel something different in the air. Not fear, but a subtle wind pulling you toward the unknown. The universe is moving. And this time, it's moving in your favor. Jupiter, your ruling planet, is squaring Neptune. A challenging alignment, yes, but also a doorway to truth. When these two giants speak, the veil of illusion tears apart, and suddenly, you see who's walking beside you with real love, and who's there only for the reflection they built around you. In this energy, things once certain begin to fade, and that's when your Sagittarius soul awakens. Nothing in astrology is random. Every planetary motion is a language, and only those brave enough to listen can understand what's really happening. So if you're here right now, it's no coincidence. You're being invited to look deeper into your own journey. There's one truth I've learned. After years of reading charts for hundreds of souls, when Jupiter, the planet of faith, meets Neptune, the planet of dreams and dissolution, relationships often fade like mist. Not because someone failed, but because the souls no longer vibrate in harmony. You might notice someone pulling away. The messages slow down. The eyes change. The energy between you no longer flows as it once did. But instead of clinging, remember this: the universe never takes away what it doesn't plan to replace with something better, Sagittarius. You were born to seek meaning in everything, even in endings. So if today you're facing someone's quiet departure, it's not the final line. It's the comma before your next chapter of growth. Saturn now steps in to test your emotional boundaries. It asks, do you really know the limits of your love? Do you love others out of fear of being alone, or because you see in them a mirror that helps you understand yourself? That is Saturn's lesson, often cold, sometimes harsh, but always fair. Because once you learn to love without losing yourself, You have passed one of your soul's hardest exams, and the person who's leaving now might simply be the examiner of that sacred test. Let me share a personal truth, something you may need to hear. Not everyone who leaves is a loss. Some souls arrive only to awaken you not to stay. I've watched many Sagittarians heal, and the moment they stopped fighting the loss, the light returned to their eyes, the light of someone who has finally understood the lesson the universe was trying to teach. Right now, the moon travels through Pisces, the final water sign of the zodiac. It makes you more sensitive, more dreamy, more nostalgic. You may find yourself remembering old loves, replaying conversations, feeling emotions rise like tides. But Pisces isn't here to make you weak. It's here to cleanse your heart. So cry if you need to. Not because you're broken, but because tears are how the soul purifies itself. When emotion flows out, new energy can finally flow in. And if you've ever felt lost in this world, remember Sagittarius walks between two realms, the physical and the spiritual. You were never meant to belong to one place, because your mission is to bring light wherever you go. That's why when people you love leave, it hurts. You think you've lost a piece of your heart. But in truth, you are reclaiming the freedom you once gave away. Astrologically, Thursday is Jupiter's day, the day of expansion and higher wisdom. When events unfold on a Thursday, especially on the 13th, it's not misfortune, it's initiation. Ancient mystics believed the number 13 represents the death of the old, so the soul can step into renewal. And for Sagittarius, the sign of transformation and truth, this number holds a sacred beauty, an ending that promises a brighter beginning. I know, maybe you're watching this with confusion in your heart, asking, why did they vanish without saying goodbye? But if you stay still long enough, you'll notice something miraculous. They didn't leave to punish you. They left so the universe could teach you how to stand, how to love yourself, and how to complete your own spiritual mission. Every Sagittarius birth chart carries an upward line, an arrow pointing toward light. It means that no matter how many times you fall, you always rise again, stronger than before. Just like the bow of the archer, only when it's pulled back in tension can the arrow fly toward its destiny. Maybe, just maybe, the one who left was the tension you needed to launch you straight into your divine purpose. And when you look back someday, you'll understand not everyone who stays truly loves, and not everyone who leaves truly forgets. The universe arranges every encounter as a perfect puzzle piece for your soul's evolution. Each person is a mirror, a lesson, a doorway, and when one door closes, another one quietly opens. If this feels true to your journey, write down below, I am ready to embrace change with a peaceful heart. That simple sentence is not just affirmation. It's alignment, a way to tune your frequency to the rhythm of Jupiter, the planet guiding you toward light. In the days ahead, pay attention to the small signs. A song that randomly plays, a number repeating, a dream of someone you once knew. That's Neptune whispering. Everything is unfolding exactly as it should. Don't overthink it, feel it, because Sagittarius, You are the soul of faith, and faith only blossoms when you no longer need proof to believe. Sagittarius, to walk your path is to learn how to believe in what cannot be seen, to trust that every disappearance carries meaning, to know that your kindness was never wasted, and that true love, even if it hasn't arrived yet, is already moving toward you, just waiting for your heart to become still enough to receive it. Pause for a moment and place your hand over your heart and say slowly, I am ready to walk beyond illusion. I trust the journey of my soul. That is the moment your Jupiter energy awakens the power of faith, wisdom, and light within you. Because in the next chapter, we're going to talk about something very few dare to face. When the 7th house and the 9th house, the houses of love and truth, are both activated, the universe doesn't just take someone away. It gives you a lesson powerful enough to change your destiny. And you, Sagittarius, you'll come to understand why every goodbye is simply another way of meeting yourself again. There is something silent moving beneath the surface, Sagittarius. A feeling without a name, as if time itself has paused, and your soul whispers, why did they have to leave when I still love them? If you're in that moment now, know that you're not alone. In your chart, the 7th house, the mirror of love and relationships, is opening wide, and Jupiter's light is shining directly onto everything you once tried to hide. This is the time the universe asks you to look back, not to hurt, but to understand. In astrology, the 7th house is not just the house of love or marriage. It is the mirror of the soul. The one you loved, the one you trusted, the one you once resented. All of them were sent to show you who you really are. When someone enters your life, it's never random. They come because your soul called them in, to help you learn something you couldn't face alone. And when they leave, it's not because you weren't enough, but because their role in your soul's story is complete. I've seen this hundreds of times in the charts of brave Sagittarians, souls whose hearts are too wide to love only once, and too deep to ever forget completely. The 7th house teaches boundaries, that love isn't about holding on, and letting go doesn't mean forgetting. It's a higher kind of love, the kind that says, thank you for coming. Thank you for leaving at the right time so I could come home to myself again. Sometimes, God doesn't take someone away because they were wrong for you. He takes them because He knows, if they stayed, you would forget who you truly are. Their absence, painful, hollow, heavy, is actually the invitation to return home to your own soul. In astrology, when Saturn or Pluto touches the 7th house, many relationships end in ways we don't expect. But don't be afraid, because Pluto never destroys. He only liberates what no longer serves your spirit. You may find yourself missing them deeply, listening to old songs, looking up at the night sky, asking, do they still think of me? The answer is yes, but not in the way you imagine. They think of you on another frequency where two souls once met, and then gently separated to continue their evolution. Please understand this deeply. There is no real separation between souls. There are only journeys that diverge. so that each may learn their lesson. And one day, when both lessons are learned, those souls will recognize each other again, not through pain, but through peace. Now look toward the 9th house, the house of wisdom, faith, and philosophy. This is the true spiritual heart of Sagittarius, and this is where your test begins. Maybe you once believed true love means staying together, but this week, the universe asks, can love still exist, even when two people part ways? That is the 9th house lesson, the lesson of unconditional faith. When old beliefs collapse, you don't lose your faith, you rebuild it, clearer and stronger than before. Jupiter, your ruling planet, is expanding in this house, helping you see life not through fear, but through the eyes of the soul. You'll realize that everyone who enters your life brings a sacred lesson. Some teach you trust, some teach you betrayal, some teach you patience, and some come only to teach you how to love yourself. Every encounter is divine. No one appears just to pass through. They are teachers, and you are the student in the classroom called life. Maybe you're still asking, why me? But if you look through the eyes of your soul, you'll see. You weren't chosen to suffer, you were chosen to heal first. Sagittarius is the sign of enlightenment, of knowledge that transcends boundaries. And you, even without realizing it, are carrying the torch for your entire lineage. You're learning to release old patterns of control in love, the attachments born of fear, so you can love freely from gratitude, not from anxiety. And when you truly understand that, you'll no longer ask, why did they leave? You'll smile softly and say, thank you, because through your departure, I found myself again. Karma is not a chain of punishment. It's a soul agreement. Before we were born, our spirits promised, we will meet again in this lifetime to teach each other what we could not yet learn. And when the lesson is complete, the universe gently parts the paths, so each soul can continue its own evolution. You may not understand it now, but one day, when you look back, you'll see that every separation was arranged with profound love. If you've lost your faith, don't force a smile. Allow yourself to feel soft again. From that softness, light will find its way back in. Write this in your journal. I forgive them. I thank them. I release them back to the light. When you do, you're not only setting them free, you're freeing yourself. Because real love doesn't need to hold on. Real love only needs to be understood and released in freedom. Have you ever felt the universe pull someone away from you, even when your heart wasn't ready to let them go? If you have, share what you feel in the comments below. Because maybe, just maybe, your story could become the light for someone walking through the same darkness right now. And if these words touch something inside you, write down this affirmation: I am ready for my karmic bonds to be released in peace. That sentence becomes a signal, a message rising toward Jupiter, your ruling planet, opening the path of true healing. Because in the next part, we will step into the symbol of the death card, where every ending is not loss, but a sacred ceremony for the soul to cross into a new doorway. Stay with me, Sagittarius. For what waits beyond this is not sorrow, but the radiant light of freedom your soul has been seeking for so long. If you're still here, it means your heart is brave enough to face what most people avoid, death. But don't be afraid. The card called Death in Tarot doesn't speak of physical endings. It speaks of transformation. When I draw this card for you, I don't see loss. I see a faint light on the horizon, a new dawn rising as an old cycle closes. The figure of Death, in his black armor, riding a white horse, is not a destroyer. He is a messenger of truth. He comes to whisper, "It's time to release what no longer serves your soul, so that you may finally be free." In astrology, Death connects to Pluto, the planet of death and rebirth, of darkness and divine transformation. And right now, your Jupiter is forming a trine with Pluto, a rare alignment of profound renewal. It means that everything falling apart around you is not punishment. It's an upgrade of your soul. The people leaving, the doors closing, the dreams dissolving, are all expressions of Pluto doing his sacred work, clearing away what no longer feels true to your essence. I know it sounds frightening, but imagine this. A seed must decay in the dark earth before it can sprout toward the sun. Your soul, too, must die once to be born again in a higher form. There is no tarot card more feared than death, and yet none more beautiful, more merciful, or more filled with love. When death appears in your spread, Sagittarius, it doesn't speak of loss, it speaks of liberation. It whispers softly, "Do not fear when the one you love disappears. Their disappearance is a sacred ritual, the soul's ceremony of release. You've spent too long living inside old memories, holding on to a love with no future, clinging to a shadow that no longer looks back. And death comes not to hurt you, but to gently open your hand so you can receive what's new and meant for you." I remember someone once told me, when one door closes, it's not because God has rejected you, it's because He knows your heart has grown too big to keep holding on. That single line saved me more than once. And today, I want to pass it to you, Sagittarius. Because when you're brave enough to see endings through the eyes of gratitude, you have truly matured in spirit. Pay attention now. When death arrives, the things you once called forever will begin to tremble. Relationships built on fear or dependency will dissolve. Plans that no longer serve your purpose will fade away. That's not failure, that's confirmation that a karmic chapter is complete. Remember, death never comes too early or too late. It arrives only when you're ready. And if you're hearing these words now, your soul is ready. Ready to awaken from the long sleep of fear. When Pluto joins hands with Jupiter, their union becomes a secret blessing. You may see something fall apart, and right after, a new door suddenly open. A job offer, a chance encounter, or maybe just one quiet morning when you realize you no longer hurt the way you used to. That is the miracle of death. It doesn't bring instant joy, but it brings you closer to truth. And truth, even when it hurts, is where light begins. You might be wondering right now, why do I have to go through all of this? The answer is simple, yet profound. Because your soul chose it long before you were born. You chose to learn how to love and then let go, to lose and then understand, to break and then be reborn. That is the journey of Sagittarius, the seeker of spiritual knowledge, the traveler of souls. You were never made to stay in what's familiar. You were born to discover the greater truth hidden behind every loss. So now, try something gentle. Close your eyes, place your hand over your heart, and whisper to yourself, I accept the ending. I trust the rebirth of my soul. I allow what's old to leave me in peace. That isn't just an affirmation, it's a ritual, a way of giving your soul permission to step through the next doorway. And if these words feel true for you, write in the comments below, I accept the ending, to be reborn in light. Write it not from your mind, but from your heart. Because as you type each word, you're sending a signal into the universe, a message that says, you are ready. You have already overcome the fear of death, not the death of the body, but the death of illusion, of attachment, of every limit that once kept you small. Let me share something personal with you. I used to fear the death card too. I hated the feeling of loss. But over time, I realized every death in my life, a broken love, a fading dream, a friend who drifted away brought me closer to freedom. None of us were born to keep everything. We were born to love, to learn, and to let go when the lesson is complete. If you're still listening now, know that you are walking through a doorway that not everyone dares to enter. You are being guided by Jupiter and Pluto, from darkness toward dawn. You are not alone, and you have never truly lost what was meant for you. Death does not steal love, it only changes its form. The one who once loved you still exists in every breath you take, only now in another shape. Lighter, purer, closer than ever before. In the next part, we'll speak about the energy of disappearance, why someone has to leave so that you can finally see yourself clearly, and most of all, how you can not only survive an ending, but be reborn stronger, freer, and more radiant than ever before. Stay with me, Sagittarius, because your rebirth has only just begun. Maybe right now, you're still staring at your phone, waiting for a message that never comes. Maybe you still scroll through followers, searching for a tiny sign that they're still there, that they still remember, still think of you. But there's nothing. Only silence, a long, aching silence that sounds like the breath caught in your chest. I know that feeling. When someone disappears without goodbye, leaving you standing alone in the gray zone of unfinished stories. It hurts. It makes you doubt your own worth. But listen to me. Truly listen sometimes. Their disappearance is the greatest miracle the universe could ever give you. That person might have been the reason you believed love was everything, or the reason you swore you'd never love again. But whoever they were, they had only one purpose: to hold you inside fear until you were strong enough to walk out of it. And Now that they're gone, the universe is gently untying the final knot, setting you free. I know you want an explanation, but sometimes silence is the explanation. They are not silent because they hate you. They are silent because their soul has completed its role in your story. They are silent so the universe can finally speak. On the 13th, a rare axis forms between Earth, Venus, and Uranus, a sacred alignment known as the 1313 Gateway, symbol of emotional release. It's the moment when relationships built on fear, attachment, or the need for validation begin to dissolve. Venus, the planet of love, is being stretched by Uranus, as if the universe itself were saying, "Love, but do not bind. Give, but do not cling." And in this energy, everything that no longer matches your vibration will fall away, not to leave you empty, but to make space for light to enter. Picture this. When you look at your phone and there's no message, when you wait for a call that never comes, that's not rejection. That's the universe healing you. The silence isn't punishment, it's the sacred space where peace begins to bloom. You have given so much of your energy. You have loved with your whole heart. You have cried quietly in the dark. And now, the universe is gently calling you back home to yourself. I know you may be asking, why didn't they say goodbye? Why couldn't they just tell me it was over? And the answer is because they couldn't. Sometimes, a soul isn't strong enough to face its own truth. And so, in divine mercy, the universe chooses a softer path. It lets them leave in silence, so you never have to hear another lie. You see, sometimes the most sacred thing in this world is not an apology, but the moment you whisper to yourself, "I don't need an apology to forgive. I forgive because I deserve peace." Let this disappearance become your awakening ritual. Every tear you shed has meaning. Every time you look up at the sky and ask, "Why?" your soul is being cleansed. Uranus, the planet of freedom, is opening a new door for you. And if you dare to step through it, you will rise into a higher frequency, a place where you no longer love to fill a void, but love because you are already whole. I once heard someone say, "No one truly disappears. They only change position from beside you to within you." The one who made you cry, the one who hurt you, will one day become nothing more than a soft breath of memory. And when you remember them, you'll smile because you'll know that without them, you would never have learned to love yourself this deeply. If you are hearing these words right now, know that you are standing at the border between pain and awareness. And with one single step, everything that once hurt will begin to transform into the light of understanding. That is the beauty of Sagittarius. You never fall in the dark. You only rest for a while and then rise again, carrying the flame in your hands. So if today you feel the ache of loss, try whispering this with me. I am grateful that they left, because their departure brought me back to myself. That affirmation isn't meant to erase them, but to transform what they meant. Because when you can be grateful even for the pain, the universe knows You are ready for the blessing that follows. If you feel these words touching your heart, leave a comment below that says, "I allow the light to enter where the wound once was." That's not just a sentence. It's a vow between you and your soul, a quiet promise that you have chosen light over fear, growth over waiting. Sometimes, the most sacred thing is not keeping someone close, but letting them go with love and still keeping your heart whole. Because in the next part, I'll tell you about the noble spirit of Sagittarius, about how you turn your pain into wings of freedom, how you rise from ashes and still smile. Stay with me, because behind every disappearance, a new dawn is waiting to be named. Sagittarius, if you've stayed until now, then I know your heart is truly beautiful. A heart big enough to love, brave enough to lose, and wise enough to forgive even the things left unsaid. You were born under Jupiter, the planet of expansion, wisdom, and kindness. Which means, within you lives the heart of a wanderer. A pilgrim doesn't seek perfection, they seek meaning. Not a destination, but the light found along the journey. Even when the world has hurt you, you still choose to believe. You still choose to love. You still choose to keep walking. And that, Sagittarius, is what makes your soul shine so brightly in the dark. When Jupiter lights up your 10th house, it doesn't bring instant fame or glittering success. It brings the success of the soul. True success isn't about defeating anyone. It's about not losing faith even when everything around you falls apart. You know something, Sagittarius. Every soul born under your sign is a teacher of light. Whether you realize it or not, you inspire people simply by living in truth. When others doubt, you still believe. When others give up, you keep going. When others stay silent, you speak the truth. I've seen many Sagittarians fall into the deepest valleys through loss, betrayal, loneliness, misunderstanding, and yet they stand again, wipe their tears, and smile, saying, "It's okay. I'm grateful that I once loved, even if it didn't last." Do you know something? That gratitude, it saved them. No one can bring you down when you are grateful for ever having loved. I believe this, Sagittarius. The universe always blesses grateful hearts, because gratitude vibrates closest to divine light. When you thank even your pain, the universe gives you back gifts that logic could never measure: true friends, new opportunities, and silent little miracles. People may leave, but the kindness in you stays. People may forget, but you remember not to suffer, but to make sure you never hurt anyone the way you once were hurt. That, my dear Sagittarius, is your true nobility. You don't seek revenge. You don't carry bitterness. You simply keep walking with the faith that says, "Every soul is learning its own lesson, and I have nothing to prove." This world needs more hearts like yours, hearts that dare to love, to believe, to forgive, and still look at life with soft, gentle eyes. When Jupiter, your ruling planet, expands its energy at the end of the year, it's a sign that your rewards are on their way. What you've lost, was never truly lost. It was simply transformed into blessings of another kind. You'll see it soon. A new doorway opens in your career. A stranger smiles at you at just the right moment. A wish you once wrote through tears suddenly comes true. That's not coincidence. That's your Sagittarius heart glowing and the universe reflecting your light back to you. There's a truth that only souls who've walked through pain can understand. To love doesn't always mean to keep. To forgive doesn't mean you're weak. And letting go doesn't mean you've given up. Love is accepting that someone may not belong to you and still knowing they left you with a spark of light. Forgiveness is choosing peace over bitterness. Letting go is telling the universe, I trust, and I am ready for something better. If your heart feels softer as you listen now, it means your energy is changing. Pain is turning into understanding. Your wounds are turning into doors. Take a moment. Place your hand over your heart and say slowly, I am grateful for this journey. I am proud of who I've become. Because when you say it with faith, every planet hears you. Jupiter, your divine protector, opens the way, and the universe answers with a quiet rain of tiny miracles. I want you to know this, Sagittarius. Not everyone has a heart as vast as yours. Not everyone can find meaning inside their pain. And not everyone is brave enough to love this world again after being broken. But you are. You always are. Because you were born to teach the world how to believe again. And if these words feel true to your path, share this video. Because you never know, your light might become the torch that guides another soul through the dark. Leave a comment below as your sacred promise. I am Sagittarius. I choose to love with a noble heart. Tonight, I want to tell you about the signs the universe is sending your way. The numbers, the dreams, the songs that come at the perfect moment. All of them are whispers, signals that a brand new chapter is opening for you. Stay with me, because the light within you is about to shine brighter than ever before. Sagittarius, from the moment you began to let go, have you noticed? The world around you started to change. They're not coincidences anymore, they're messages from beyond the veil of reality. Maybe you see the number 1111 flash on your phone screen, or 1313 appear on a receipt, a clock, or a license plate, and your heart suddenly trembles, as if someone unseen is whispering, you're on the right path. Don't dismiss it. Those numbers are the language of the universe. They are how your guardian angels speak to you, letting you know you're about to step through a new doorway, a doorway of freedom, faith, and light. I know there are days you feel alone, but listen deeper, and you'll feel them. The souls standing quietly behind you, the ones who once loved you, the ones no longer in this world, but who never truly left. Sometimes they send you an old song with lyrics that awaken memories you thought you'd forgotten. Sometimes it's a soft wind, passing by just as you're about to cry, like an invisible embrace saying, it's okay, we're here. And sometimes it's a dream. You see them again, smiling. You wake up with a lighter chest, and that, my dear, is how one soul speaks to another. The universe never stays silent. It speaks through everything: a bird passing by, a flower blooming in your path, a stranger smiling in the crowd. But only when your heart is quiet enough can you truly hear it. That's why, after chaos and heartbreak, you're often led into silence so you can finally hear the voice of heaven. If you've been seeing repeating numbers, if a certain song makes your heart ache, if you sense a presence, though no one is there, don't doubt what you feel. It isn't imagination. It's your soul frequency being activated. You, Sagittarius, are a child of Jupiter, planet of wisdom and divine guidance. When you step through the 1313 gateway, coincidence turns into sacred language. You begin to understand why someone had to leave, why the pain had to happen, and why, now, you're being invited to see the miracle hidden in every small detail of your life. I want you to try something. Let your spirit open as wide as the sky. If you hear a song, if you see a number, if you feel a gentle warmth brushing your shoulder, smile and whisper softly, "I've received your message. I am ready." The universe always responds to souls who listen. And when you say, "I am ready," all the energies of light begin to move in your favor, guiding you to the right place, the right people, at the right time. Believe me, these signs aren't sent to make you curious. They're proof that you are loved and protected, that there is an invisible hand arranging everything for your highest good, even when you don't yet understand why. If you've made it this far, pause for a few seconds, take a deep breath, and ask your heart, what signs have I seen this week? Maybe it was a bird landing on your windowsill, maybe a shooting star across the night sky. Maybe a random conversation that brought you to tears. All of them are letters from the light. Share the signs you've seen in the comments below, because who knows, someone else may be receiving the same message. And when two souls recognize the same frequency, a miracle is activated. I've seen my sign, and I know I'm being guided. Let that sentence become your affirmation, a bridge between you and the universe, aligning your heartbeats with its rhythm. Because in the next part, I'll guide you through a gentle but powerful ritual of release, a way to thank the one who left and to open a new chapter for your soul. Stay with me, Sagittarius, because the miracle you've been waiting for is closer than you think. Now is the time not just to understand, but to act. Because knowing isn't enough. The soul is only truly free when it acts with awareness. Find a quiet corner for yourself. It doesn't need to be fancy, just somewhere you can hear your own heartbeat. Place a blank sheet of paper in front of you, a pen, and if you can, a white candle. Breathe deeply, slow down. Feel your body return to this present moment. Place your hand over your heart, and when you're ready, write down their name, the one who once made you laugh, the one who made you cry, the one who lived inside your memory. Don't be afraid. You're not writing to the past. You're writing a thank you. Then, gently repeat after me. I am grateful for your arrival and for your departure. I am grateful for the joy and for the lessons. I am free, and so are you. Say it slowly. Let each word fill the air. Let your heart hear the sound of your own voice, the voice of forgiveness and release. When you're done, burn that paper in the light of the white candle, or let it drift into water to dissolve, like something beautifully complete. Fire doesn't destroy the past. It transforms it into light, and water carries away sorrow, and returns to you the freshness of a new beginning. According to astrology, Thursday is the day of Jupiter, your ruling planet, the planet of wisdom, gratitude, and illumination. If you perform this ritual on a Thursday evening, you're sending a direct message to Jupiter itself, saying, "I've learned my lesson. I'm ready for the next chapter." And Jupiter will hear you, because it always hears the souls brave enough to speak their truth. I know. There will be a moment when you feel empty as the flame burns, as the paper turns to ash. But don't be afraid of that emptiness. In the world of spirit, emptiness is where the light enters. You haven't lost anyone. You're simply returning them to where they truly belong, so that you can return to where you truly belong. Someone once asked me, "Is forgiveness a sign of weakness?" I smiled. Forgiveness doesn't make you weak, it makes you unshakable. Because only the strong can look at their wound and say, "I don't need you to apologize. I choose peace." If you've completed this ritual, place your hand over your heart and feel the lightness spreading through your body. You might feel your eyes grow wet, but these are not tears of sadness. They are tears of release, the tears of a soul set free. You've just performed something sacred, a ceremony of spiritual maturity. If your heart feels softer after hearing this, write in the comments below as a confirmation to the universe, "I have released in peace. I choose light." That sentence becomes like an invisible candle that will keep burning inside you, a reminder that you've overcome, you've grown, and you've come home as a Sagittarius who is free, gentle, and filled with light. And when the door of release closes, another door quietly opens. In the final part of this journey, I'll walk with you through that doorway of light where every goodbye becomes a blessing and every ending becomes a beginning. Stay with me, Sagittarius, because soon you'll see yourself shining brighter than ever before. And after the 13th, you'll realize something powerful. No one ever truly disappears. Every soul that has touched you has left behind a trail of light, the light of memory, of lessons, of love that never really dies. What you once called the end is only another form of continuation. When someone leaves, it's not to make you lonely. It's so that you can look within and realize the light you once searched for in them was always inside your own heart. Sagittarius, you've walked through pain. You've learned how to let go. And now it's time to begin again in peace. When one door closes, Jupiter, your great guardian, opens another. It leads you to new horizons, where faith is reborn, and love becomes purer than ever before. You'll begin to notice quiet changes, a morning that feels clearer, a smile you thought you'd lost returning to your face, a chance encounter that warms your heart again. These are the signs that the universe has heard your prayer, that you are ready for the next chapter of your soul's story. And in the next video, I'll reveal why this very disappearance is what opens the path to a fated meeting, a soul whose frequency truly heals you. Someone who will not make you doubt, will not make you wait, but will make you know instantly that you are home. But before you go, I want you to do something small. Take a deep breath and write in the comments below. I am ready to open the door to what is sacred and new. This isn't just an affirmation, it's a signal sent straight to Jupiter, telling the universe that you're ready to receive what's next with an open heart and a light-filled spirit. And if you feel inspired by what you've heard, please like, subscribe, and share this video, because you never know. The light you receive tonight might be the spark that saves another soul still wandering in the dark. Thank you for staying until the very end, for listening, for feeling, for opening your heart. Trust that you are exactly where you need to be, and that every breath you take carries a quiet blessing from the universe. I'll see you in the next chapter where a new light awaits. Believe this, Sagittarius, you are not just coming back to life, you are rising.